Setzer, how you doing? Wrong scene. I got shuffled. Setzer, how you doing? Where'd I go? Let me post this notification. So I have found a bot that will post notifications for me, at least into my Discord. I don't like it's using the channel header, but that is what it is. So I gave it a code name. So more work on code name Call of Duty Aliens. Like that chat's there. I don't know if the other chat is visible. Like I see it there. I see it there. Is that in little chat? No, you're in big chat. So it is merging it on my. How is it merging? So on my phone, I can see my vertical stream. I can see that you were there and you said, "What's up?" Was that on the little one or the big one? Oh, you must be on the small one then? So if I test here. Interesting. I can see it in the stream, in the overlay. You can see it there now in the overlay probably, but it doesn't merge the two chats. So we'll definitely have to pay attention to what's going on. All right, so where I left off. Alien comes over, he jumps, and that's basically it, right? I move around, he stays there. So when he hits this wall, I'm going to raise this up and then put a roof on it real quick. Oops, let's go in here. I don't think I have a piece that goes in here in a corner that makes it go up. Oops, besides, like, would that work? Or would that just look really bad? Yeah. Yeah, so I might have to make one of those as well. I'm not gonna spend a heck of a lot of time in it though, because I am still wondering if I'm going to even be keeping this tile set. And I don't really have much to put in there. Like maybe that. That's not good though. So yeah, I might have to, if I plan on sticking with this pixel arted style, I might have to add some tiles of my own. Because I only have a wrap around, not the wrap out. I'm not very good at tiles, so that'll be what it is, I guess. I'm also gonna take do the background. Okay. It's like more and more covering up the star field in the background. I do plan on having like a window that you can look out with. Oh, that's weird. Why is it like that? Is it just green tearing? I don't see it in the editor. Okay, so when he gets here, he's got to make a choice. He can either climb up or he can turn around and go back. Okay. I'm going to work on the climbing up. That was my plan for today. So I need an action method. Oh, there's a climbing action already. Okay. So let's go here. Where do I want to do these checks? Here? Could be like if area check dot is front collision is true, We have two choices. We can either climb or turn around. And that would depend on some things, right? Maybe I say like, vector 2 difference equals transform dot position. Let's go with target character dot transform position minus velocity minus my transform dot position, right? And then I can say if the player is more higher than he is further than climb, so if direction is -1, if we're going, or should it just be random instead of logical? Okay. Climb, whoops. Oh, instead of doing any logic or randomness, I'm just going to go ahead and do climb instead of making them turn around right now. So it's current action equals climbing action. Cool. Now we get to play with this. Default gravity is now going to be on the x-axis and it's in the negative direction. Well, it's this times direction, comma 0. So he'll go there, he'll hit the wall, it'll be set to climb, and then direction will be, or the gravity will put it to the left, and I believe in update, gravity is applied to the relative force. There's a constant force, which I don't think I really do, and then I have the rigid body force is his movement. So now, and is it just velocity? Sorry, yeah, velocity. Velocity dot y equals, do I want to do move speed? 1 times move speed for now. And should I reset velocity? I won't. So I'll let it go so that it'll eventually fade. The X will eventually fade. Let's see what happens here. He should hit this and he should climb right up. That's weird how there's a little gap there. Still. Maybe I'll try and draw over it and see if I can get rid of that. I don't want gizmos. Cool-ish. Did he get a positive check for front end collision when he ran into me? So he kind of did. That is because the physics is taking care of this. And so maybe I don't want... Oh. I can, in the enemy area, check when I'm looping through this for that. So I can say if contact dot other collider dot game object dot layer. Can I say toString? Will that give me is a player? Continue, right? So we're not going to count anything beyond this as a collision, but I could up here essentially monitor when I collide with the player. So that should stop him from going into the climb mode. Didn't do it. So what has the player got? Let's see. Go to prefabs, go to the player. He is player and he has no other colliders, right? So if this layer is equal to layer mask dot layer name to layer, let's see how that works. There we go. And so now he is stuck there. So I think here, if he gets stuck at the top, he should change direction, go back to the default mode, and hopefully that'll make him like kind of jump off. I don't monitor the top though. So let's do that. I need a Boolean to assign it to. There's a front, there's hold checks. Grounded, this is all like down stuff. So let's go public Boolean. Is that it is above ground needs to be, I think, deleted. Is top collision. And then I think I should log I don't do it anymore. Well, I can look at the collisions, right? I thought I made a list of the colliders. Yeah, that looks nasty. I should fix that, I guess. There he goes, jumping again. Like when he hits, that is definitely hitting the player. So I'm going to, his front collision is true. Here I'm going to debug.log front. I'll put a $sign here because I'm going to need it. Front collision with other collider. Sorry, contact dot other collider dot name. And then here I'm gonna, well, I'll just put layer. And how I think this works is contact dot other, here we'll go layer mask dot layer to name. Contact other layer, I'm sorry, other collider game object dot layer. Just a semicolon, is that all I need there? Okay. And then I'll monitor the console and I'll see what happens. Go here, escape, hit console. It's about to hit. It's not doing any of the logging. Oh, there's wrong direction. Duh. Okay. Oh, now that I go to log it. Front collision with xenomorph clone layer aliens. Am I other collider? What's the other one? Contact dot collider name. Oh, wait. I gotta do that here too. Oh. I think that'll do it. Try to go this way. There we go. Okay. Did he still... He does still go off because I need to put... This needs to be a collider. So if contact collider game object layer is that. Okay, that makes sense. So if I jump out of here and let him go. No, bro, I'm stuck. Oh, you ride him like an elevator. Okay. So now here, if we bonk our heads, we need to turn around. If area check dot is top, not with capital A, area check dot is top collision is true, then we're going to say direction times equals -1 to flip it, and current action we're going to go back to default. Interesting. So is top collision... Oh. Hold on. Because I didn't write that yet because I wanted him to get up there so I could see his collisions. Okay. So over here, relative contacts, I think is what I want. Y is like 1.12. That's probably the front of the arc. Here is a +3 though. This is probably center. 3.57. So 3.5 is probably a good measure. How do I say greater than, right? In the area check. In here. I should wrap this in a, if it's a solid. Yeah, okay. So if relative point dot y is greater than 0.35, and is that a variable somewhere? It's not. It should be like a head check offset. Maybe I do a rect for front, back, top, and bottom. Can I do that? A public rect bound check. And can I do an empty that? And then what is inside this rect variable in the inspector? Bound check. So there's X, Y, width, and height. Okay, so ground check. This is that. I'm just gonna copy it, not cut it. I was about to. Oh. Are there any other? Or could I make my own? Could I use the capsule collider? I don't, because I want this like top, left, bottom, and right is kind of what I want. And so how do those get displayed? What makes them so special? Can I have like a public class bounding box? Inside here have a public float top, public float bottom, public left, yep, and public right. And then this needs to be a system dot serializable. And this is a bounding box. I suppose it's better than nothing. Ground check offset, so the Y here, bottom is this. Nicholas Bowen or Robinson, how are you doing? The grind is real. Okay, and so for top, I had what? That's the whole. So this is the left and right, I think, is lower ladder check. I don't want those. So top I said was 0.3. Was it 0.35? I think so. So I'll use that in this one check. Oh, I need a variable for that. I have a duh. It's called bound check. Bound check dot top. Then is top collision is true. No, don't get eaten. Okay. There we go. He turns around now. And then he plummets to his death. In style. Now, there is a possibility that he flips and he is then on the ceiling. And then I need like a floor check, but for in the reverse or option in the reverse axis. So that would be cool. I don't want them to kind of get like stuck crawling the parameter. So maybe raycast occasionally to see if I should drop down on the player. But some of these instances would require a turnaround. Yeah. I'll have to give the logic some time. Let's go with front check. Does the hold check work when he's turned around? It does, right? Because he jumped. Do we need a Y direction? Or like a flipped. So I have direction. How can the area check for the direction when it's private? There's a check direction, and that's what I'm using. Do I set it somewhere then? Agent check direction, okay. Set the check direction on the area check so it knows what direction we're facing. And then, so I'm gonna have a private, what? Boolean? No, it's gonna be an int. Y direction. So this is like when we flip the player. We'll need to know that for area checks. Dude, Setzer, if you're still listening, like, I played that song, like it was in my, that you put on my Discord, like in my earbuds, and I was like trying not to laugh, like, where they're recarpeting the offices, so like I'm bunking with other people in their offices downstairs, and I'm just like, my eyes are teared up. Good times. Okay, so now we're gonna have a default put upside down. Do I want it to be default action? And then just have a left and right? No, because default action has a jump, and I don't want him to be upside down and jump with negative gravity. So I'm gonna rename this wall climbing. Wall climbing action, and then private void ceiling climbing action. One thing I'm not sure how I'm gonna do is go around but if that's something I want him to do, then I will figure it out. Okay. So gravity is a new vector. Oops. Yeah. It's a new vector 3. What did I do gravity up here? Wasn't it vector 2? Oh, no. It's interesting that you can make a new vector 3, but only supply the X and Y. So this is going to be 0 on the X, and then it's going to be the opposite, the positive 9.81F, right? For upward. Make the xenomorph stick to the ceiling. And velocity dot y is going to be equal to 1 times move speed. I'm sorry, x. So I'm thinking this doesn't use the direction. Oh, it does here. is it if I'm upside down, my flips are going to be backwards, right? That's flip X, but here is going to be velocity dot Y. What? Sprite render dot flip Y. It's true. I still move left and right depending. I have that, and I also need to have the, what I call it, Y direction is a -1. So I think in the enemy area check, not only do I have check direction, but I have a public int check Y direction. And when I'm checking for contacts, then not only am I checking or multiplying the X by the direction, I need to change the Y as well. So let's go with hole has front hole. That's the one I want to check. Times check direction. This minus that times check Y. CHECK didn't look weird. Look right. Check Y direction. So that might be all I need for that. And then back here, Y direction is 1. Normal. And then area check dot check Y direction is check Y direction or Y direction. I don't go here though, right? I did the wait, I don't go here. I think I do this, say current action equals ceiling climbing action. And I think that'll send him off into the opposite direction. And what I'm looking for is to see if this little shape here, which leads in front of him, down at his feet, will be in front of him down at his feet, like upside down. All right, so he's going up there, climbing up there. Cool. That's backwards though. And he does fall upwards. That's funny. Okay, so we'll change the sprite. Swapping that. So I thought that was going to be opposite, but I guess it's not. know what I don't like about this tile set? These walls are like the bricks are up and down when I think they should be like stacks of these going upwards. And I don't know, maybe they should it's not meant to be a spaceship. I get that. So maybe I'll find another one or commission somebody to make me some starter tiles. Okay, so he's gonna go there. He's gonna climb up, turn, and his foot does have that thing, so it's right there. Cool. So when he's upside down and there's a hole there, I think that's when I'm gonna just release him. So if area check dot is, what's the hole? Is it has front hole equals true, then I need to undo some things. Y direction is back to 1. Sprite renderer dot flip Y is false. Is that all I need to let go? Oh, and then I need to current action equals default action. Oh, no. That's the ceiling climbing action. Has front hole is true. Oh. The problem with that is most likely that it hasn't been discovered to be false. Like he gets up here, does he turn? That sets that to true, that there's a hole in front of him, and then he goes upside down and drops because that was true. Okay, so he should go up and he should scale this wall. That thing is white until it hits that hole, that gap, and then it turns red, saying that it's true. This says if it's true, which it isn't when he's climbing, right? It's white. Oh. Do I just... Would it be a bad idea to give this a, make it internal integer check count, right? And then in every late update, I'm going to say check count plus plus. Then in here, I'm going to have a private int last check count is 0. That's fine, right? And then when I go from wall climbing remember the last check count, so we know that the collisions area check count, so that we know that the collisions aren't for the current action. Last check count equals area check dot check count. So now here we can say if we have the front hole is true and area check dot check count is not the last check count that we remembered, then we can do that. I hope. So it goes over, he goes up. He follows down. In Unity, what is the update method that falls on physics updates? Fixed update. Did it make it? There we go. And then he falls. And then he jumps. And then he jumps to his death. The sprite collider graphic is gone. Or this alien spawner graphic is gone. That's because I disabled it. I think I'll record the update in this. I can zoom out. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it